This question is from GATE 2022 Mechanical Engineering Paper Set 2, question number 14. It is given that integral from minus infinity to infinity of e to the power minus x square dx is equal to root pi. If a and b are positive integers, the value of integration minus infinity to infinity of 3 to the power minus a into x plus b square with respect to x is dash. Let's find out. The given definite integral is minus infinity to infinity of 3 to the power minus x square dx. Its value is provided to us, which is root pi. And we are being asked to calculate integration minus infinity to infinity of 3 to the power minus a times x plus b square with respect to x. So we know that we need to utilize this value somewhere, and we will have to bring in this exact form in order to use this value root pi. To do that, we will use the substitution method. So starting with the integral that is given, we have integration minus infinity to infinity of 3 to the power minus a into x plus b whole square dx. So we'll first substitute this bracket value x plus b as t. So if x plus b is t, differentiating this will have dx will be equal to dt, and we simply have this integral will convert to integration minus infinity to infinity of e to the power minus a into t square dt. Now again, we don't have this exact form because we have a as the coefficient of t, and therefore we will not be able to use the value root pi. So in order to eliminate this a also, we'll have to take another substitution. So negative sign is already there here. Therefore, we can keep the negative sign as it is, but we will substitute at square to be, so this was our first substitution and this is our second substitution. At square we will take as some other variable y square, so that we get this form e to the power minus y square. So taking this as the hint, you can identify what substitution you have to make. So making this substitution, we'll have to differentiate this because we need to find the value of dt also. So differentiating this, we have 2 times at dt will be equal to 2 times y dy. Now dt will be therefore equal to 2 times y upon 2 times at dy. This turns out to be dt equal to y by at dy. Now we need to eliminate t from here because that's the point of substitution. There should be no term containing t in the new integral. All terms should only contain y. So from this expression, we can have t will be equal to y square by a square root of that term. So we have t as y by root a. Substituting this here, we will have this as y upon a into y by root a dy. Dt we get as y upon y is 1 and 1 upon a by root a is 1 upon root a times dy. So let's substitute these values here. We have the new integral as this will be equal to integration minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus y square, and instead of dt we will have dy upon root a. Taking 1 by root a outside because it's a constant, integration of e to the power minus y square dy we can substitute as root pi. So we have the answer as under root of pi by a. So because x and y both are variables, a variable can take any value. So we can take x equivalent to y, and therefore even though we have got y here, we have taken the value root pi of this integral itself, because x and y are both variables and they are interchangeable. Let's go back and mark this option. Option B, under root of pi by a, is the correct answer. To learn more about substitution method that we have used here, you can refer to the NPTEL video lecture 9, Chain Rule 1, Multivariable Calculus. This course, Multivariable Calculus, is taught by Dr. S.K. Gupta. He is from Department of Mathematics of IIT Roorkee. I hope this solution helps you clear your doubt. Thank you.